Peace Squad. Welcome back to our data science bootcamp. Right now, you guys are tuned into course number 1, where we are building our funding management app. All right. So, in our last tutorial, we started going through our different dashboard objects and essentially the insight that it would deliver to our stakeholders. In this video, we're actually going to go through how we would store this information and the queries we build to get this to get this insight. All right. So make sure you guys stay tuned because we are going to get into it. All right. So here's your like first test as a data analyst, right? So this is going to be walking through how to ingest your data. Okay. So let's go back through the first card. So the first card says the total funding goal. All right. So where would we get this information from? All right, let's look back at our our database tables, right? And like I said before, for this particular section, it is modeled very closely after our Google form. So let me go back to where we would find this information. Okay, and we want to go to our wireframe. And so from here, we want to go. So guys, gals and everything else, you would want to go to our database section, okay? And what we're looking at is our different database tables, all right? And then your end result is going to be the queries. So from the tables that you're looking at, right? How would we store that information? So like I said, your DBA would have already designed this for you. So I'm just going to show you guys how it's how the data is related. I don't you guys wouldn't how the table is related. You guys wouldn't be responsible for creating the design. So um essentially the table that we're referring to right now is a table called the participant funding goals. So what we had Zandra do, as far as the data sources go right now, we are ingesting our data, our Google form, right? So on the Google form, let me make sure I don't show any of her private information. All right, cool. So on the Google form, there is a question. If we scroll down to the funding goals section, it says, what is your ideal minimum funding amount? And it also asks, what is your ideal maximum funding amount? All right. So what we decided to do, if we take a peek over into our data dictionary, which I believe is on this form. Yep. Okay. So we have a data mapping table and we have a data dictionary. I think we have a data dictionary going on. We do. All right. So we have a data dictionary and we have a data mapping. You guys will get this in your package for all those who are enrolled in the course. This will be a part of the assets that you get. You guys will have this full thing filled out for you. But essentially, this what we decided to do was take the average of the minimum and the maximum. So so we took the minimum goal amount and the maximum goal amount and we took the average. And if we go back to our wireframe, this is, if we go back to our wireframe, that's the reason why you guys see 12,000 in the dashboard. I don't know why that just made me want to say do the dash. I don't know why that was. I don't know. Don't judge me. Okay, so that's the reason why Boom. If we scroll in, 12,000. So this is actual information that Zandra filled out. And if we go into our response, oh, wait, where is it? Oh, okay. Dismiss. Dismiss. Where's her? Really? Why do you want to show out when we have company? Why do you want to show out while we have company? Why? Oh, we have company. All right. Oh, now it shows it. Great. Okay, cool. Um, Hopefully that wasn't important. All right. So, this is the information that Xandra filled out minus her private information. So, she filled out a form, and the how we would get that information is there's a section called the funding goal section. And as you guys can see, her information says 9,000 as her minimum amount, and it says 15,000 as her maximum amount. Okay. So that's our source, right? That's where we got our information. As far as how we're gonna store this on the database, if we go back over to our wireframe, all right, as far as like how we're actually going to store this information, again, if I go back over to our database, guys, go back over to your table. There's a table, and it is called the participant funding goals table. All right. So that's the table that we're going to use to store this. And the actual field, if we go to our data dictionary, which we've already set up for you guys, the field is actually, wait, where did I put this? I put this somewhere else too. Why is it escaping me? Oh, it's here. I was like, why is this? Okay, so sorry. The field is going to be called the goal amount min and the goal amount max. All right. And if we take the average of these two fields, that is how we would get to our card that's in our dashboard. You guys with me so far? So the next video would be us actually creating a SQL query, right? That would get us that $12,000. All right. So we've like spoken through the table and the fields at a high level that we would need, right? As far as the visualization goes, I'll give you guys a preview of what it looks like on the back end. Get excited. I know you're excited. So this is like so this is SQL if you guys are seeing SQL for the first time. Right now, these are just like defined tables. There's no fields really here except for just like an ID field. So we'll actually create the tables that's required for us to come up with card number 1 in our wireframe. So we'll use this information. This is called a data dictionary. You'll thank yourself later. You'll thank yourself later. Actually, I think it's like required now. It should be in your documentation. But you'll thank yourself later for having this. And definitely for having a mapping table. Actually, I feel like that's required as well. Yeah, you'll thank yourself later. And the more organized you are, the better. Okay, cool. So in the next video, we'll go through creating, so we'll actually create these queries. We'll go through creating the queries required, so the SQL required to create the necessary tables. All right. So I will see you guys in the next tutorial. All right. Peace. Let's see if I actually get this in right the first time. Nope. Nope. Got it.